Hi, friends. I already saw Alicia in the chat and I couldn't help myself. Happy Monday, family. I'm already boring DeRay Ray. She's actually kind of passing out, but I just grabbed her because I know you guys like to see her. She says hello. What's up, family? Emily Han. I don't know if we have more than one Emily in the chat right now. I think it's just you, Emily Han. I was just watching your why I cancel brands. I can't remember exactly what you called it while I was doing makeup. I mean, I'm so low energy today, guys. I just have on concealer and a lash. That's it. And some lip gloss. Nothing. This is barely even counting as makeup, but a lash and some concealer will take you a long way. How's everyone doing? Hey, Butterscotch Sweets. Hey, Keisha. How y'all doing? Hey, Mickey. So, Emily, you made a Divine Rose 2 dupe. What did you use? Because I was definitely eyeing that. And then my excitement and over it just kind of went away. I guess because I don't care about anything right now except what's going on out in the streets. So I can't even think about makeup or clothes or all the things that normally like are my fun distractions. Like it's just so much work. It's so much work, all of this home activism that I'm doing because I'm still staying away from the street protests for now. I feel like I'm a little bit too volatile emotionally. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Hey, April. Hey, Erica. You're in urgent care, Keisha? Hey, Cece. Hey, Mo. Yeah, Ava, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I've just kind of accepted that manic is the new normal, at least for me. I mean, some days I feel great. Yesterday I woke up feeling good, which was great because I had to do that panel on Jen Loves Reviews. I don't know how many of you saw it. Emily, I was in your chat yesterday for kind of the post-mortem, and you guys had some points. You guys had some points. Kaleidos, I need to watch that one still. Hey, Veronica. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I can dupe the vibe as Hannah Louise Poston. I think that's her kind of her catchphrase, so to speak. I feel like I can dupe the vibe with things I have. I'm sure nothing's going to quite match that elegance of Pat McGrath, but like it's just not that serious to me anymore. I'd rather do something else with $125. I can do a lot more things. That's so many meals for me. Yeah, Mo. I want to protest so badly, but I just know that if shit gets hot in the streets, if there's cops trying to hit me with a baton, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Christine. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, I honestly wasn't even paying attention to what was going on in the chat, which you guys kind of talked about on your live with Nathan and everyone yesterday. And yeah, I was too busy either ranting or listening to what my fellow panelists were saying. It was a nice thing. I was kind of a few different minds about it, honestly, when Jen first reached out to have the discussion, because I think she's well-intentioned, but I also feel like she might not really be within her depth to talk about these kinds of things, because as some of you guys were discussing on the stream and in the chat, like I had no idea that she was still purchasing Jeffree Star products. I mean, that's step one in how to be anti-racist in the beauty community. That's step one. This isn't something that should be difficult to figure out. So like, I didn't have any idea that was going on, because I was telling y'all in the chat yesterday under your live, Emily, I don't watch that much makeup content anymore. So like I stay subscribed to people because I just like them, and I want to, like, I don't want to like unsubscribe. But a lot of people's makeup videos I just don't really watch anymore, because like, baby, I ain't got time for that. I got bigger fish to fry. So I watch a lot more political stuff, cultural commentary, social commentary, but not that much makeup. It's got to be like Alicia or Mel or Kelsey. That's kind of it. I mean, there's not that many makeup people who like are sitting there actually like doing makeup that I'm going to sit through. So I had no idea that was going on. Yeah, Keisha, why are you at urgent care, by the way? Yeah, yeah, Keisha, the chat apparently, I mean, I assume there were trolls because, quite frankly, that was the only reason I even went on there. I imagine that Jen's audience is not going to be especially receptive. I feel like Jen's audience is the All Lives Matter people, tea and shade. That's how I feel. And I was like, that's why I'm going to go on there. I mean, I wouldn't have done it otherwise. You know how many people have asked me, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Can you speak about this? Can you do that? This is not my job. I've been here the whole time. If you actually wanted my perspective, you could have asked me, you could have been did that. Now you're using this for clout. But I decided to look past that and went on there anyway because I felt that I wanted to be heard regardless. There's certain times, and I was telling you about this, Keisha, in one of our Gutta Gang chats, where I'm aware that I'm being used, but I'm also using you because I feel like what I have to say is more important than the fact that perhaps I'm being exploited or taken advantage of. Yeah, CC. When we were basically alluding to Jeffree Star and being like, yeah, like just because it's okay for you to separate the makeup from the brand because it's just makeup, like that's not an option for us. Bad side pain. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're getting it checked out, Keisha. Right, Emily? And I like I'm so glad I found you too because you keep me posted on the indie brand. So when you and Audra and Kara do the like what's new in makeup, I learn about so many brands I've never heard of. And a lot of them are like indie brands. You guys know I love to support small business anyway. I don't really care to be out here doing videos to or watching videos about big brands. I mean, there's a couple I still like. I mean, Charlotte Tilbury is a big brand, you know, rich white lady brand, but I still like it. I always have since day one. Mainly because it's just easy to use. That's the reason. Like I know there's kind of like a rich white lady kind of thing there, but Charlotte Tilbury's makeup is so easy to use. That was the brand that made me understand why people like luxury makeup because I was just like, oh, actually, I'm kind of amazing at eyeshadow, and it just turned out like it's luxury formulations when done right because not all luxury brands are created equally. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm just looking at your little avatar, Butterscotch. That is you, Shinette. Yes. Yeah, Ava. I didn't know any of that was happening. Okay, all right, good to know, Keisha. I mean, she's way more, that's a much bigger name than me. I'm a nobody. Well, Tracy, that's encouraging to me to know that you're part of Jen's audience because I know for sure you're not an all lives matter person. Yeah. Yeah, Baltimore. I mean, I've never lived there or even, I don't think I've even visited Baltimore, but The Wire is one of my favorite shows. And I feel like David Simon and a lot of the other writers, being from Baltimore, try to create a somewhat accurate tapestry of how that city is. And part of that showed just how segregated it is. Chicago as well. My best friend, he's an engineer at Uber, and they have all sorts of data on the various cities where they operate, which is thousands of cities around the world. And Chicago is classified as hyper segregated, not just segregated, hyper segregated. So I'm sure Baltimore is similar. Yeah, Mo, I didn't even know that happened to you until you were talking about that on Emily's live. And then I think Jen said they just shut down the chat entirely toward the end. I don't know what was going on, to be honest with you. I was not reading it. Oh, you're on Baltimore too, Christine? Yeah, I mean, any brand can be messy because brands are run by people and people can be messy. But I'd rather give my coin to a brand who's on the come up than one who doesn't need it, like such as Charlotte Tilbury. Lisa's email. Mo, I don't know anything about Lisa emailing Jen and Jen saying that you're lucky you weren't banned. I don't know what was going on there. Jen strikes me as the type of person who really wants to be a people pleaser. The problem is she's trying to please racists as well as people who are fighting racism. Sometimes you have to pick a side. Hopefully you don't pick the wrong one. And if you're worried about appeasing racists, you're picking the wrong one, period. Isabel, you don't know anyone who lives in Baltimore willingly. That's shade. And hi, Isabel. I don't think I saw you come in. That's good, Ava. Yeah, I didn't even know who Killer King was before, but now I'm like, we're following each other on IG, and I'm following his brand as well. I didn't know him prior to being invited on the panel there. It wasn't about the name. I wanted it to be done right. Well, Brittany will do it right, Keisha. I mean, for someone who has that much visibility, I feel like she is for real. Like, I have questions about, like, say, DeRay. So I don't know. Brittany's great. And I hope they fucking run her check. Yeah, Kevin. Hyper segregated indeed. Shanette, I have stopped watching The Hill. Cigar went on some rant about, I actually downloaded it because it incensed me so much, and I was like, I might have to do a response video to this because it made me fucking angry. But let me see if I can find it, Shanette. I've watched a segment and there, but regarding the protest, he called it a fake corporate-sponsored populist, quote-unquote, populist uprising. And I was just like, your head is so far up your own ass. Like, his what do they call it? Radar on that. I was just like, I might be done with this. This one video might be the end of it for me. So I've only been watching select segments here and there, and they have to be either crystal focused or both of them talking. But if it's Sagar just talking, we're not doing it. Oh, CT got bought out. Wow, Alicia, I didn't even know. Veronica, Baltimore is micro-segregated like a Dalmatian. That's funny. Exactly, Keisha. I don't know how many times I've seen people repost that famous quotation from Desmond Tutu, is that, silence in the face of oppression means you're choosing the side of the oppressor. Evidently, Tracy. It's shocking how in short supply good home training is. No home training. Yeah, exactly, Shanette. I agree. It's in cases where the brand cannot be separated from the product. I mean, it is literally called Jeffree Star Cosmetics. He is the brand is him. You're really reaching if you think that you can just separate the makeup. Like, no, you just want to get views. And I mean, if people are asking you to review it, you have the right to say no, and you have the right to say why you're saying no. I did an interview, a one-on-one interview with Jen quite a few months ago, which was really fun. And in the prep part, we talked about how I had publicly denounced Jeffree Star for being racist many times. And her response when we were talking led me to believe that she was on the same page and that she didn't discuss him or promote him or buy his product. So all this time, I had no idea that was even going on. Hey, Kelly. Huh. That's interesting, Mo. I wish I mean, I don't know if the chat is even going to be available to see on a rewatch, because sometimes you can disable the live chat replay, but I'm really curious to see what got you banned and what Eeyore and Alex were saying that got them, that was raising such a fuss. What up, Ramenzilla? Yeah, I'm the same. I basically only listen to Crystal. Isabel, pull up or shut up. I think the initiative was great. I am a little perplexed as to, and I'm part of the problem too, like, why are we just thinking to ask these questions? Because a lot of brands are exposing themselves as being oh so white, oh so white. What's irking me though is she's praising the brands that have abysmal numbers. They'll be like 3% black, meaning one black person out of however many. And I'm not doing the math right now, girl. I'm tired. And she'd be like, so-and-so pulled up. And I'm like, but did you read what they said when they pulled up? Like, this isn't something to celebrate. I guess it's good that they didn't ignore this challenge, but at this point, you're really shooting yourself in the leg, as Joe Biden would have it, if you're just going to pretend you haven't heard about this, because major brands, including Estee Lauder, have pulled up. I don't know. I've just been extremely suspicious of pretty much all of these posts because I think a lot of brands are hoping that we're just fucking stupid. Like Elf was one of the first, I think Elf was the first one I saw pull up with their numbers. And they said something like 45% diverse. And everyone's just like, yeah, Elf in the comments. I was just like, the fuck y'all talking? What does that mean? Literally no one has ever said, oh, we're 12% diverse. We're 40% diverse. That people don't, that's a fucking distraction so that you don't actually ask what the fuck that means. Ask again. And sure enough, like a day or two later, Elf pulled up with their real numbers, and it was there was a reason they were being cagey and trying to dodge the question and hoping that we were too stupid to even ask what the fuck does 45% diverse mean. And I think a lot of brands are probably secretly promoting people behind the scenes, even if it's just on paper and not in function, so that they can juke their stats. Oh, we have 3 executives of color. How long ago was that the case? Was that the case as of Tuesday? I want to know. I don't know. I'm very skeptical of the whole thing because I feel like the accountability just isn't really there, but it's a good initiative and it's helping me, again, avoid buying makeup from a lot of people. Oh, Mo, I'm going to have to check that out. I think I keep forgetting to subscribe to you because you mentioned doing videos. And I think because I'll subscribe to people on my nappy-headed jojoba, like I don't really watch my videos through my nappy-headed jojoba. I usually am on my civilian account, which I've had way longer, but I didn't want to use that when I started my channel because I didn't want my name out there. Although I'm probably going to get doxxed through facial recognition anyway for talking shit about the police, but whatever. Point is, I need to add you to my civilian account. Exactly, Alicia. You can show statistics, but what actual changes are you going to make? What positions are diverse, Ramen? And like, what the fuck were they trying? They really tried to pull a fast one with that. And the Lip Bar is Black owned anyway. Like I met the owner or the founders of Lip Bar years ago, and I even talked about it. I did a little haul from this makeup convention they do out here in Pasadena called Fame Expo. I've gone to it 2 or 3 times, but the very first time I went, I was on my way out. I was trying to book it. Actually, I think it was the second year I went. I was booking. I was just like, I bought enough makeup. And I just see these 2 beautiful Black women with natural hair. And I was just like, I got to compliment them on these twist outs at least. Because they were like calling me over. I was just like, I'm just going to compliment these twist outs and get out of here. But they were so sweet. They told me their story. I think I didn't know this at the time, but they had been on Shark Tank already, experienced racism there when like one of the guys called them roaches or cockroaches. Like, don't get me started. And yeah, I ended up buying some stuff because I want to support a Black business. You know, I didn't know it was Black owned. I thought maybe they were just running the counter, but I was just like, oh, this is Black owned. Oh, we're doing this today. And because of that, I did like a Fame Expo haul. You can see it on my channel from years ago because I did the whole video because I wanted to talk about a Black owned brand, period. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Ava. I think what people are hoping is that people will forget about this pull-up challenge and not follow up. And that's what I'm hoping is not going to happen with this entire uprising as a whole. Like, we're going to have to be protesting and calling our reps and emailing our reps and doing these like Twitter bomb things that people are doing. I posted about one of those today on my Instagram stories because of the budget here in LA. And it worked. We ended up getting like defund LAPD #1 trending on Twitter. Like, this is activism. And you don't get to do it for a week and then call it a day for it to actually do anything. And that's the same thing with these brands. Like, accountability, it cannot have an expiration. Yeah, Isabel. I was just like, what about Fenty though? Because I've always been dubious as to whether Fenty is Black owned because it isn't. I mean, I don't know what Rihanna's like stake in it is, but it's her name. It's owned by Kendo, which are the same people who own Kat Von D. That's not Black owned. That's Kendo owned. It's Kendo owned. and I don't condone it. Ramen. White women do count to diversity, said Sue. After all, they've gotten so much affirmative action. We just get blamed for it. I have never used the Lip Bars Foundation, Alicia. If you have tried it, I would love to hear about it. Yeah, Emily, I actually would need to try their stuff more recently because they're at Target now, for one, and I don't think I've repurchased anything from them since I got that stuff at Fame Expo years ago. So now that they're at Target, I should try them out again. Oh yeah, Veronica, I actually started following a bunch of Black-owned bookstores on Instagram. Maybe I'll put together a Patreon post of the ones that I'm following and like just have links for you guys so it's nice and easy. I would love to do that actually. I just have to remember all the ones that I found. Although I think I was actually maybe smart enough to screenshot it because that seems like something I would have done because I am loony that way. I bet I did. Sure did. Um, so I'll just read off a few here, but I am still going to make a post for you guys. Apparently, someone found a list of Black-owned bookstores on a site called afrotech.com, AFROTECH, afrotech.com. Black-owned bookstores, these are all on Instagram. Key Bookstore, Key, like key to open your door, bookstore. Mahogany Books, semicolon shy, as in semicolon and then CHI for Chicago. Hakim's Bookstore, HAKIMS Bookstore. Harriet's underscore bookshop. We were just talking about the Lip Bar. This is the Lit Bar, as in literary, so the LITBAR. Afriware Books, AFRIWARE Books. And then one more, this one I actually already knew about and was already following before I saw this post, is DTR360 Books, and then an underscore on the end. And I will, of course, make that post for you guys so it's easier because I think there's even a couple more that were added later that I have in a separate screenshot, but that'll get you started. Don't condone kendo. It's kendo and I don't condone. Yes, exactly, Ramen. Yeah, I think people are going to get tired. It's not going to be trendy. It's not going to be fun to like be like protesting. Activism is not fun. It's fulfilling. Like you do this because your life depends on it. You know, you don't do this for the gram, even though we've literally seen people doing this for the gram. Pathetic. Right, Lisa Marie? I love that name too, the Lit Bar. Oh my gosh, Isabel, wouldn't that be fun? Well, you guys, uh, I can't believe I did this, but some of you guys know I was on this writing gig, right? And it was a big gig. It was with a company I had not worked with before, the company that produces Queer Eye. So high profile, successful, like definitely a good place to get in. I've been working with them for a few weeks. I let them know that I was going to have to basically end my term with them early because I can't focus on anything. Like I can't be writing reality shows for you guys right now. I need to focus all of my energy on this moment we're having and on activism work. And that's not how I was raised. You know, you don't quit no good ass job. Okay. And with my career work, like my work as a writer and director, it's lucrative. Like when I'm working, I'm fucking golden, but my heart wasn't in it. I wasn't able to focus. Ride or Dies, you saw that video I did last week where I was just like, I can't do this right now. Like I'm sitting at this desk and the only thing I'm writing are notes to my councilman and the mayor and trying to spread information and awareness and writing videos so that I can tell people not to believe in propaganda. But like, I can't think about writing another reality show for you guys. I can't do this right now. They were completely understanding, which I'm relieved about because it was very much like, oh, I could never understand what you're going through. It's just like, yeah, yes, white men, y'all will never understand what I'm going through. But I think the work that I had done for them thus far, because I completed one full project, like 1.5 projects for them, uh, like I could make more in 1 week working for them than I do in the whole month that I would make from YouTube and Patreon combined. But I can't do that shit right now. Like this is my fucking life. So anyway, point is that means I'm going to have more time to devote to having these important conversations, doing more outreach, helping you guys get more involved with activism in any ways I can. Like last week, for all you guys who are here in LA, I know Cece is, I know Amanda's here in California. I was able to do just like a template letter about defunding the police budget, which I put up. Oh no, that was not that one. That one's in the works though. The one I did last week, it wasn't even for people in LA. It was, like there's so many things going on right now. This one was about ending no-knock warrants and arresting the officers who killed Breonna. So that was addressed to the Kentucky district attorney, their mayor down in Louisville. And I want to be able to do more stuff like that because activism, again, it's a lot of work and most people don't want to do it. And I am willing to be the one to literally like give you a Build-A-Bear kit for activism. Like here, copy paste this letter. Here are the people you need to email it to. Do it now. Like that is the shit I have the energy for. But to answer your actual question as well, because I've been ranting about activism for like 5 minutes now. Yes, Staying Face Bangers is going to be necessary because now that I'm not working, I'm just going to be doing activism shit more than 40 hours a week because that's why I wasn't able to work. Like this is full time. This moment is critical. We cannot take our knees off their necks. So this is what I'm doing. And I am going to need that release. Every Friday, my friend Essence does her live on her IG where she spins more like Afro beats and African house and stuff. But I still love my Stank Face Bangers, and I just need to make another playlist for Volume 3. So let's do that. Oh, you guys, you know what else I want to do? I want to do a brunch, like a Google meeting or a Google Hangout. I still prefer Hangout because meeting just sounds so formal. But I want to do like a weekend brunch, like a Saturday brunch. I feel like Saturday is better than Sunday in case some of y'all want to work, like get your worship on. But not me. I'm usually sleeping it off on Sunday mornings. But one of our NatFam members here on Patreon, Angel, she's a bartender. So she's never able to make these lives that I do every Monday because we're working. And I was just like, well, what time would work for you if I like did like a special one just so that you would be able to join? And she said, she's on the East Coast and the time she suggested was something like 11 a.m. for me. And I was just like, that's like brunch? And they're just like, that's like brunch. So if you guys want to do like a mimosas brunch, maybe this weekend, let me know. I direct messaged her today to see what her schedule's like. Because I want her to feel included. I feel like it sucks if you're never available to join our lives, and I feel like it would just be fun if we all kind of like make our own little brunches and our little, like, I'm actually drinking a grapefruit mimosa right now because orange can be a little cloying for your girl. Tracy, you have your message godhead and basic bitch just popped out of my body. So if you guys like that idea, I feel like that would be super fun. Yeah. Hey, Kevin, I didn't see you come in. Yeah. Brunch, right? So probably 11-ish my time. I think maybe this Saturday could be fun. If I get super turned up, that might mean no live stream for regular YouTube on Saturday, but so be it. Yeah. Right. Yeah, my first job was in food service, working for my aunt's catering company, Emily. So, like, I completely know how, like, your work hours are the hours when everyone else gets to party. Alicia, we have to make sure we're doing it at a time where you're not teaching class, though. Everybody wants brunch. Ooh. The shade, ramen. The shade of it all. Pumpkin cake, yum. Big brunch energy. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the idea. I was just like, is this corny? But I'm probably going to make my hash brown bowl that I have every day and that I can't stop making. I love it because I'm eating like way less meat now. Like I just make my brunch bowls and, eggs don't have a ton of protein, but I don't know. I've just been feeling it on my spirit that I'm not like thrilled with the idea of eating animals all that often. I've been vegan in the past because I am like, I like animals, man, but I also don't really think that there's anything necessarily unethical about eating animals because after being vegan for a year, I found that I didn't feel my best. My skin was breaking out, my energy sucked, all sorts of things. So I do best with a little bit of animal protein, but, and I don't really give a shit about chickens, to be honest with you. So I'll probably still eat chicken and turkey or whatever. But like, I keep seeing like videos of cute little piglets and stuff. I'm just like, man, I don't know if I want to keep eating all animals. Maybe I'll just be like a pescatarian or occasional poultry. I don't know. My spirit has been sustained by wine. Yeah, Erica, veganism can be challenging, and it was hard for me too because I'm allergic to tree nuts. So, like cashews and all those. And vegans use nuts and so many things to give it that kind of rich, savory texture and flavor. And I had so many accidental exposures from things not being labeled properly when I was vegan. The last time I accidentally ate nuts, like in my regular life since not being vegan, it's been years. It's probably been at least like 3 years. Yeah, Isabel, I wasn't raised eating pork, but I'll fuck up some bacon now. But now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's time to phase out the bacon. Yeah, Emily, it's tricky. Tree nut allergies and veganism are not a good mix. Exactly, Erica. Exactly. Isabel, I would never give up nose meat, not me. Yeah, I read this book called Animal Liberation by Peter Singer. If you want to go vegan, that book will make you vegan. But after a year of it, I was just like, well, luckily it seems like my mind has kind of men in blacked itself. Like, I don't remember a lot of the things that made me feel that I could no longer do this at all. And not to mention just the way it had honestly deleterious effects on my overall sense of well-being. And it wasn't like I was an Oreo vegan because, fun fact, Oreos are vegan. I wasn't like just eating junk food that happened to be vegan, which is most of the vegetarians and vegans I see. Like they're all like mac and cheese vegetarians, as I call them, because like all they eat is mac and cheese. I'm like, I'm eating way healthier than you, and I eat animals. Um, Another story for another day. Point is, I wasn't doing that, and I still wasn't my best. But I'm doing pretty well right now with my my hash brown bowls that I can't stop eating. So yeah, avoid them books and talks. Minimal animal protein diet. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty good way to describe what I'm doing right now. I'm not really too pressed about labeling what I do anymore. I feel like that's just unnecessary. I'm just kind of eating what tastes good and what makes me feel pretty good because I'm so distracted by, I mean, this is such a nonstop thing. Like, I want to be caught up every second on everything that's happening. I want to make sure that I like, that meme where people are like, I never said that. And then it's a photo of someone like looking, and then it's like me, and it's a photo of someone looking through a file cabinet. That's going to be me when it comes to these police departments denying brutality. Like when it's like LAPD or the mayor saying like, we are not doing this, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, roll the videotape. I'm really, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. Oh yeah, yeah, Tracy, that's a classic. That might make you go vegetarian for sure. The jungle. I love seafood, Kelly. I love it. I don't think I could give it up again. I mean, I obviously gave it up when I was vegan. I don't think I could do it again. I love like everything from like the fancy to Lagutta when it comes to seafood because I love a tuna melt, like a diner tuna melt, just like sharp ass cheddar cheese, perfectly like crisp sourdough, ideally, and just I don't like a lot of mayo, okay? But just some nice tuna, delicious. That's one of my favorite things. But then you want to give me a nice piece of like branzino, I'll fuck it up. Let's do it. Some wood plank. Oh yes, I'll run the spectrum. I love me some seafood. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Erica Canada's getting exposed quite a bit. There's always been this thing with the UK and Canada about how it's like, well, we don't have racism here. And now it's just like, well, actually, yeah, very true, Veronica. I think we should not have a meat centric diet by any stretch. Completely agree. Oh, hi, Kelly. Why are you screaming my name? I'm making you guys hungry. Scallops have good zinc, huh? You know what else has really good zinc is chicken thighs. Like almost as much zinc as red meat. Random. Well, Isabel, the fresher it is, the less it's going to smell like seafood. Like if it starts smelling fishy, it's just like that's 2 days old, you know? Oh, we're getting recipes from Mo. Hey now. Unintentional celibacy. I mean, frankly, it's been easier lately because I am directing all of my energy elsewhere. So I'm not really thinking about pain more than normal, which is probably still a lot for a cis hetero woman. I think I just have maybe like ever so slightly more testosterone than what is considered normal because I have a healthy sex drive and then some. But yeah, I mean, I still have not invested in a womanizer or anything like that yet. Maybe I should. I don't know why. I just kind of do without, and then I make up for lost time. Exactly, ramen. Yeah, people were asking me when I started Project Exodus, like, well, would you move to Canada? I was just like, I don't know if I want to be up there with fucking blackface Trudeau. Yeah, I mean, yoga with Mo. I feel like plant based is if you actually look at like the phrase, it doesn't necessarily have to mean like no meat. It means you mostly eat plants. Like Michael Pollan said, eat food, mostly plants, not too much. Oh, is that right, Mo? Yeah, I finally. You guys, would you be interested in a Discord, by the way? Because I technically have one for us for the Nap Fam, but when I set it up, it just looked like computer programming software, and I was just like, I'm not doing this shit. I am so technologically averse; it's ridiculous. Like, it's a miracle that I can edit videos, but to me, that's an extension of actual storytelling. I'm fine with that. But when it comes to like tech stuff, like once it was like, now set up your server, I was just like, oh no, we're not. Like if you say certain words to me, I'm just like, that's too difficult. I don't know what you mean. But technically, we do have a Discord server for us. And I was playing around with the Lagutta Gang one that Emily set up for Lagutta Gang. And I was just like, well, this isn't so hard. So if you guys feel like that would be fun, just a way for us to chat in between lives or just throughout the week, keep in touch with each other, I think it would be nice because then you guys can talk to each other and I'll be over here emailing my senator. Yeah, yeah, Alicia. I love roasted vegetables. Like I'll eat a good salad, but I love a good roasted veg. Mm. Yeah, Erica, that was I was just like Discord, but when I first set up Patreon, I think it's something that a lot of Patreon creators do. It's basically a message board, I guess, or it's kind of giving me the old school AOL chat room vibes, but more modern, slightly. Because at first I was just like, this looks like Ms. DOS. Like, what the fuck is this? And that's why I never actually made it public. But we do have one. If you guys have Discord accounts and you want me to actually like publish the link, actually I'll send it to you right now. I mean, I haven't like made the different threads or anything. Do I have it open up here? I might have actually closed, and I closed the tab already. because I need to mute all the threads on Laguna Gang because I was in the kitchen making lunch and I kept hearing notifications. Just like, "All right, I'm gonna have to mute everything on this," but it's kind of fun. I mean, I've only been there for literally like 2 hours, but it's cute. I think it's a nice way for us all to be able to keep in touch without me having to be the conduit. So if I'm busy and you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, you still can. Then we can all dip in and out as we have availability. What is it, Tracy? Is it MS DOS? I always thought it was Miss DOS. I see. I'm not technologically inclined, you guys. Even my video thumbnails, like I don't have Photoshop. I have never used Photoshop. I make my video thumbnails in my editing software and then I screenshot it. So I just build it as if it's going to be on screen text and I pick a freeze frame where I don't have that much derp face and I screenshot that and those are my thumbnails. April, you just be a lurker. I'm more of a lurker too. I like usually if I'm on my own, I'm not really like I don't even like texting. Keisha and I are the same way. Like if this is not about my money, don't contact me. But I'll probably dip in and out. You know, I'll be like the eyes emoji. I'll just be looking, but I'm probably not going to be like super vocal on there. But if you guys like it, you know Twitch is next. I would never, Mickey. Yes. Yes, Ramen, that's right. And that was another reason I was turned off because even in there, your default avatar, if you don't change it, is like a controller for gaming. I was just like, I hate all that shit. All like the gaming community, like that's just not for me. It doesn't resonate with me. I don't like video games. I find them tedious. And that's why I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. So I didn't do it. Ms. DOS. MS DOS, whatever. Well, yeah, I mean, I knew MS was Microsoft, but I always figured it was just like Ms. DOS. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I also didn't give a shit. Well, I think we'll figure out a way to make it work because it's going to be a boozy brunch, Kelly. Like, it's going to be early for me. I'm going to be getting turned up in the day. That's why I'm like, we may not have a regular YouTube live that night. Because if it's on Saturday, that's when I normally do my Saturday Night Lives. But if I get all turned up at brunch with y'all, TT ain't doing no live. Yeah, exactly, Shanette. Like, if it's too active, it just gets too annoying for me. Like, I'll tell you something about me. As soon as one of my friends starts a group text, like a group chat, I put notifications on mute immediately. I am so shut up. Y'all talk too much. It's so annoying to me. I hate it. Ah. Oh no, Tracy, no. Like I am not fucking precious about that kind of thing. I think it's actually funny that I've been thinking of it, even though I knew like the MS. I didn't know what the DOS was though, so thank you for that. But I always just like, I guess you're supposed to say Ms. Dot. Like I literally never questioned it. Mo, my phone, like, it's not permanently on silent, but supposedly for most people, when they get a notification sound on their phone, like they get a serotonin release because like they like it. Not me. I won't have had a notification for hours, and then as soon as I get one, I was just like, what? Like I'm so annoyed. Yeah, Kelly. Oh, hey, Beat for Cheap. Right. And it's not even just that people never shut up in the group chats, it's the piecemeal messages where people will send like 3 words at a time instead of just one complete sentence. And I'm like, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. He gain his feelings about MS DOS. Oh, fuck Slack, Erica. Fuck Slack. I'm so glad I'm not in an office environment anymore because, and my friends actually tried to start a Slack for our like quarantine group chat. I was just like, y'all can do that. I'm not joining. I won't do it. We're not doing it. Not a Casa Tea. Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, your name is technically Tracy, so I would imagine you're at least somewhat technically inclined. But me, like, I think I probably lean too hard into the fact that I'm a creative. I mean, that's even what I do in my career is I use my imagination, and that's how I pay my bills. So I almost kind of tantrum when I have to do anything super technical, and that was why I never even let you guys know that I created the Discord back in fucking October. October. We've had it since then. Oh, Mo, you must have said the F word or something. Your thingy got hidden. Oh, hey, Thorn. Do not disturb is a lifestyle. Yeah, same, Amber. And welcome. I don't think I saw you come in. Ugh, same beat for cheap. It's the worst. Oh, if you have friends who are on iPhone and you're on Android, anytime someone hearts a message, laughs at something, emphasizes it, it sends it to you as a separate message. Like, Jane just liked this image. Sam just laughed at this message and I'll quote it. And I'm like, I'm going to open fire in a public place if this continues. It's crazy. I am up to date on Insecure, Isabel. I feel like this season was hella boring until last night, and there's only one more episode left. They really were just treading water this whole time. I'm not going to say too much because I'm sure there's people in here who haven't seen it yet, but damn, they really wasted a season, in my opinion. Like, you could have just done 2 episodes, maybe 3 to sum up everything that happened in the previous 8, and then just done last night's and then whatever next week's is going to be. Veronica, every time I've had to work in a corporate environment, the thing that ruined my productivity the most was meetings. I don't think people realize how much meetings are actually counterproductive. Usually, jack shit occurs, jack shit gets done, and all it does is delay you from doing actual work. Keisha, freedom, freedom, I can't move. Oh God, pick a side. Well, I was pretty strongly team Issa because I felt like Molly was just overreacting, and I just maybe they're just painting her this way because she's not the main character. Like, we're meant to root for Issa, but now I kind of think they're both assholes, honestly. As I did with Dramageddon, I'm kind of team none of y'all right now with Molly and Issa, but I would lean more toward Issa, I think, because I think there's a reason that Molly is somewhat valid in her critiques, but wrong time, wrong place with like having that blow up at the block party, and I don't know. It's just a lot. I don't want to say anything more because it's hard to remember what's specific to last night, and there's going to be people who haven't watched yet. Yeah, Ramen. Ugh, meetings, indeed. Yeah, exactly, Emily. Yeah, actually, Keisha, I didn't want to say too much, but it sounds like you're more or less caught up. And yeah, I think it's really cool that this is more or less the focal storyline for the season is friendship relationships and possible breakups because that happens in real life. It's not something that's regularly discussed. Friendship breakups are just as, perhaps more painful than romantic breakups, depending on the circumstances, the length of the friendship, and whatnot. And I have had friends where I have gone through it. I have friends where I am currently going through it. And I have friends who we went through it and we are no longer friends, you know? It's not a lot. I mean, there's probably only one person I actively cut out of my life because I was just like, I can't take it with her no more. And I didn't even formally like break up with her. I just barely responded to her bit by bit, and she eventually got the message. Which was not easy to do, but it was made easier because she moved to a different country. And then when she was gone, we barely talked anymore because she was in a different country. And then she moved back. And then when she tried to kind of pick things up where we left off, I was not receptive to it. And that was my kind of like passive way of getting out of going back to a friendship that I never particularly wanted in the first place, to be perfectly honest with you. And then, right now, I mean, some of y'all know about Mackenzie. I talked about her not just on Patreon, but on YouTube. But that is a person in my life where I'm just like, I don't know if this is something that I care to save. You know what? I got to show you guys something, actually, because y'all remember Mackenzie, right? I'll be right back. Give me a second. So, Mackenzie, who essentially Blue Lives Mattered me maybe 3 to 4 weeks before the Civil War started. I saw her probably 5 days before the Civil War actually started. I think this was shortly after we heard about George Floyd, but before they had burned down the police precinct. She's texting me, I'm in your area. I need to drop something off. Now, she was supposed to be giving me some flour because I hadn't been able to buy flour forever. But so much time had passed, I'd actually bought some. So I was just like, oh, she must be dropping off that flour. I mean, I barely need this anymore. Who gives a shit? But fine, you can drop it off if you want. I mean, I'm not going to turn down some free flour. I can always use that, you know? And I was just like, it's not a great time. I'm actually super busy. I mean, do you want to do this another day? But she kind of pushed the issue and was like, I'm in your area. Like, I'll be there soon. And then I'll be on my way because I have a webinar to go to later. I was just like, whatever, fine. So she gets here. We're both super busy. So my plan was to just run out. We would like socially distance, like get whatever she was giving me. No flour, by the way. Still haven't gotten the flour that I was promised like a month and a half ago. And it's this like a brown bag, Trader Joe's bag, and there's like some peonies in it, which are actually over on my table there. They're starting to die now because this is a couple weeks ago. And then I see there's like some candy or whatever in the box. I was just like, okay, so not even getting the flour that I was promised. Cool. And we have a relatively meaningless conversation about a bunch of bullshit. And I actually gave her something because I had gotten her a little present that just reminded me of her like back in February or something because she's really into Prince. So you guys know that brand Leroy's Place that I've talked about a little bit on my Instagram. I have a lot of their jewelry. Actually, here's my Basquiat ring from them. Hopefully you can see that. So that's Basquiat. They had a little Prince ring. So I got her one of those like ages ago, but I hadn't seen her in forever because of Corona and then Blue Lives Matter. And now everything else that's going on. So I haven't seen her. I've had this ring for months. It's like, here you go. Like, this is not me giving you a peace offering. I bought this for you a long time ago, but hers was definitely a peace offering. So I get back inside, forget about the shit she gave me, I think until the next day. And then I'm texting with our other friend. And I was just like, I finally saw Mackenzie. She gave me like, I guess what was meant to be a peace offering. So I go look in the bag to be like, yeah, it was just some peonies and some candy. And I pull out the candy and do you know what it was? Watermelon jerky? Watermelon. I don't think you've learned the point. You guys, it is so laughably tone deaf. I didn't even know what to say. I'm so glad that I was able to show that to you guys. You guys, it's just so like, oh dear. Like, I'm actually like, that ain't it, baby. That ain't it. Wow. Kelly says, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I guess they didn't have, fried chicken snacks. Shelf stable. Watermelon jerky. Or at least it's organic. I can't believe it. This is just like, never forget. Like, that is what this is going to be for me. I don't think I've ever even mentioned liking watermelon. I don't think so. Please write Mackenzie into script. Oh my God. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And honestly, that, as funny as it is, it's kind of like, okay, I think we might have to be done here. Like, I know we go back to freshman dorms. Like, that's a long time. That's a long time being friends. But especially now, thinking about her comments and like the timing of them in relation to everything we're experiencing right now, I wonder if she even feels silly for some of those comments. You don't understand how hard their job is, meaning cops. Like, I don't understand how hard their job is. I was rooting for you. Yeah. Yeah. Friendship breakups are hard, but they're usually, I mean, the one real friendship breakup that I've had with the girl who moved away and then came back, like, I haven't ever wished that I had worked harder or missed that friend, like, better off. And here it's just like, what am I trying to save exactly? You know? Right now is a tough time to put any energy into Mackenzie. She's probably under a cop. Well, listen, Isabel, like, she is a prosecutor, so she basically is a cop. Didn't know this in freshman dorms, otherwise we probably wouldn't have ever become friends. Lord of mercy. Oh, hey, Emily Original. Oh, Lord, Jeanette. Good heavens. How much energy does it take to throw someone in the trash? Yeah, you know, Ramen, I think the fact that I'm even going back and forth has more to do with me. This is something that I do, is I just kind of give people the benefit of the doubt, sometimes for too long, sometimes for far too long. Because she's also like really into the Clintons, who, you want to talk about anti-blackness in a blue tie. The Clintons, they've done a lot of good things. Like, these are the kinds of things she said. Eh, eh. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Ramen. Into the Clintons. Yes. And it's just the things are just like, I'm going to look the other way. And it's just like, no, this isn't surprising. I just chose to look the other way for too damn long. She's trash. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, we were talking about this because of Insecure, but friendship breakups are really difficult. It's hard. It's hard because it almost makes you have to confront yourself and your own judgment. Like, why did I allow this to continue for as long as I did? Am I somehow to blame for this person's shortcomings? Maybe I'm seeing this person incorrectly. Yeah. Am I going? Should I do a taste test on camera? Maybe I'll save it for our brunch. That might be funny because I've only had like one mimosa. I think it'll be funnier if I have it when I'm like much more turned up. Very true, Isabel. It is harder to make new friends once you're in your 30s and whatnot, and even older than that. But I feel like I've made a lot of new friends with you guys. I mean, I know that sounds corny, but I talk to you guys more than I talk to a lot of my friends. I have one or two friends who I talk to every single week, usually every day or multiple times throughout the week. But most of my other friends, like, we check in with each other here and there. I talk to you guys every single week. Emily, let me make you a mod, actually, Emily. It's not me. See, that's the thing. Like, I keep wondering, but no, it ain't me. Sunk cost. That's a great way to describe it, because that is kind of how I've been looking at it. But Listen, if you're in an abusive marriage, I mean, she's not abusive. Well, not physically. This is like psychological terrorism, trying to gaslight me into thinking that LAPD is here to protect me when they're literally slave catchers. Um, but there is this element of like, oh, like we've been friends for so long. But if you're in an abusive relationship for 20 years, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get out after 20 years. I think my chat might be frozen. And we are exactly at the hour mark too. I don't know what it is, but my account, it's just like right at the hour mark, I tend to start having problems. I was really glad that that didn't happen when I did my live with Marina on Saturday. But yeah, I made Emily a mod and now everything is frozen. Shit. Well, you guys, I don't know if you can still hear me, but I cannot see the chat. Let me see. Actually, before I just give up, let me mute and try to open this in another window or another browser, rather. Stand by, please. Let's see if this chat will still work for me in another browser. Okay. Oh no, I copied the wrong link. My bad. I copied the link from my last live with you guys. Stand by, stand by. I'm just trying to see if this is even still working for you, because I can't see any chat at all. It's completely frozen on Emily. Okay, so this looks like it's working. Okay, yeah, Emily, I can see you saying weird, we can hear you. And then the last thing I see is April saying definitely not a problem. Keisha, I'm too old for the BS these days. So I think I'm okay. I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit longer because no reason to go. I mean, I got nowhere to go. I don't mind taking a little break from constantly scrolling social media for updates because sometimes I do need to give my brain a rest. But I am glad to have you all here. All right. It's a little weird seeing myself with the delay, though. Oh, it's getting hot under my lights, too. Isabel, you know, I'm not entirely sure because they extended it to... Oh, Ray, please. You are not scaring anyone. I don't remember what the official date is. But I mean, I went to the grocery stores today. I still had to queue up outside and, you know, all that stuff. So it's not, yeah. But yeah, I did hear though, Isabel, that New York is back open today. Oh no. I can't remember the date. I feel like it might even be June 15th or something. Or July. It might be July 15th. Because my friend texted it to me, but it was so long ago, I'm never going to be able to find it. I would have to Google schmoogle it, and I'm not doing all that right now. It's either June 15 or July 15. I think July. Ray will be heard. Yeah, Emily, definitely take your time. I mean, we're not going to have bars and stuff open. I know some restaurants are open and they're going to have to do socially distanced seating and whatnot. It's all just so fucking annoying, honestly. Like, I kind of have gotten a bit nihilistic when it comes to Rona, where I'm just like, I probably had it anyway. So like today I went grocery shopping and I was like, I'm not wiping all this shit down, which is what I would typically do the past several weeks. I wasn't wiping all of my groceries down with a disinfecting wipe. I put it away. And that's how I've been living. Like I come in, I wash my hands, I put my shit away, and that's it. I don't know. It's very, YOLO / DGAF, don't give a fuck at this point when it comes to Rona. I'm just like, I think I fucking had it and I survived. Well, Kelly, whatever happened with your fuck buddy out here? Because he You were having trouble getting in touch with him or something? Getting in touch with him? Right, Jeanette? I have no problem with randos staying 6 feet away from me at all times. I'll take 12. The more the better. Yeah, beat for cheap. If that's how I have to go, then I guess so. But I don't know. I'm just tired of being so afraid all the time and just constantly with the hands. Like I can't do this anymore. Exactly, Alicia. I wash my hands and I call it a day. He's alive and didn't talk to you for a month. So what made him decide to fucking resurface? Fuck him for real. And Erica, I never felt like that was going to save my life because I'm like, I'm not going to wipe down my fruit with a Clorox wipe. Michigan is still okay. Exactly, Veronica. I'm like, this can't be better for me than just rinsing off my fruits. It's like putting bleach on everything. This is what like crazy people do. Is just like, oh, I'm just gonna drink some bleach. Oh, what's up, Ollie? Didn't see you come in. Same, April. I stopped wiping down groceries. I just pray. I just like keep me healthy. I don't have health insurance. I guess, Rami. I mean, I still genuinely feel like oh, there's a good chance I already had it and I just made it. I just survived. Yeah, yeah. I'm past the point of doing all that, Shanette. If I see people wiping down stuff really hyper vigilantly, I'm just like, maybe the joke's on me, but I'm just not doing that now. Oh my God, Thorn. That sucks. Right. Exactly, Amber. You only have a certain threshold for how long you can sustain being on high alert. Exactly, Ava. And I honestly think that's how a lot of people feel just looking at the numbers of people showing up to these protests. It's just like, well, we still are in a pandemic, but I think a lot of people are just like, you know what? This is more important. And that makes me so happy to see, even though it's kind of like high key dangerous technically. We'll see what happens. We'll see if this second wave that they keep talking about actually happens. Yeah, even when I was still doing it, ramen, I wasn't super thorough, like certainly not as thorough as I probably should have been. But now I'm just not doing it. Yeah, Mickey. Oh, but I do miss going out. Y'all ask me that every week, Cece, if NOLA is still on. I'm gonna keep saying yes, it's still on unless and until we find out that there is some crazy second wave and all travel is canceled. Like it's still on for me. Unless and until something crazy happens, I will be there. If it's me and one other person, we're still doing this NOLA meetup in September. No, Shanette, I did not see that. Disinfect with bourbon. Well, in that case, Kelly, my throat is pristine because I've definitely been self medicating a bit more since the stress of the past couple of weeks. I'll tell you that. Kelly, I've got my plane ticket. I'm not even kidding. I already have it. I bought it before Rona, and I'm still gonna go unless they cancel my flight. And I'll have my socially distant seat on the plane, which is that's an upgrade. Let's hope so, Ramen. Oh, right. Yeah, April. A friend of mine was getting married in July or August originally, and they just pushed it to January. Like I just got like a Evite basically. Because they rented out a legit it's actually like a very famous historic venue here in LA that I've been to for like corporate Christmas parties and stuff in the past. Like it's not cheap. So, yeah, I feel bad for anyone trying to plan a wedding this year because this was the worst year to get married. You won't like him anyway. Yeah, Beat for Cheap. I think it's still out there. It's still out there. It's still going to be a concern, but I think my threshold for being worried about it is completely low. It's completely depleted. Like I'm just going to do what I can. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to make sure they wipe down my cart or my basket before I use it at the grocery store. And I'm going to wear my mask. Bob's your uncle. Well, then don't go, Kelly. If you're high risk, geez Louise. I'm blessed enough to have no pre-existing conditions. And again, like I just happened to have bought my plane ticket before the world ended. So at this one, I'm just like, I feel like I just need to go somewhere. September's not even soon enough for me. I'm tempted to just go somewhere now and fucking risk it. But yeah, do what you can and have some faith, Beat for Cheap. Yep, Toya, completely agree. Same, April. I trust them. I'm like, if I see like the sanitizing residue, I'm just like, good enough. Totally, Emily. Yeah. I mean, luckily my door opens to the outside and I have a dog, so I have to walk her every day. But, I haven't really like gone anywhere all year. I think all year. Maybe I went to San Francisco to visit my best friend, but that doesn't even count to me. My Trinidad trip got canceled. So, like, I'm just getting stir crazy because travel's a big part of my life. Kelly. I think my chat, even in this other window, might be frozen. Oh, no, there it goes. New York's still a mess. Yeah, my mom is out there. My mom is in Queens, as is my brother and his fiance and their kids. So, yeah, my brother has a little garden and stuff. He's growing strawberries and I can't remember what else. He's like super into it. But yeah, I just tell them all to stay inside because my brother's asthmatic. My mother is over 65. I'm just like, okay, high risk, immediate family. All y'all stay inside. Meanwhile, Trinidad they've been under like 5 cases for quite some time now. Yeah, Alicia. I mean, I don't know when my gym's going to open either because I haven't been to my gym since March. I'm so sloppy right now. It's weird. Like, I don't think that I'm any bigger because I'm still wearing my same sweatpants most of the time. But, I still kind of just like check myself out. I'm just flabbier. I think my composition has changed drastically, but I don't think I'm eating. I think I've naturally reduced my food intake because of lower activity. Like, I just don't tend to feel like I need as much food. And I just miss like picking up heavy shit and putting it back down and having a good sweat and my gym friends. Oh, I miss it. Wow. Yeah, April, that's tough. Everyone's high risk in your immediate family too. Yeah, Alicia. I mean, it's good that you're able to branch out and honestly build your business by doing more of the online stuff, but there really is nothing like being in person with people and like just kind of I feel like I don't want to think that that's like behind us, that we're never going to be able to do that kind of stuff again. And like high five each other and like that's why I love my gym. Like I don't need my gym for the equipment only. I need my gym for the community. You have a mini horse, Emily, and chickens? I want a little farm someday. Oh, hi, Ajama. I'm glad we went over so you could pop in. We'll hang out a few more minutes. Yeah, exactly, Alicia. And especially for you as a teacher, I feel like you probably feel so much more limited because you can't like adjust people through a screen, really. You can kind of tell them, but you can't like position them as you would normally do. And, just that energy. Ooh, Emily, I'm going to have to look for pictures of these mini horses. Mo, hug other people's children and then return them. Aww. Sex for the community. Ajama, Emily Original from Lagutta, she has a mini, well, technically, I think it's her roommate's mini horse. Yeah, I bet, Alicia. To feel like you can't really do your job fully has got to be really frustrating. Itty bitty city horse. Yeah, if you guys are already on Discord, maybe one of you Lagutta Gang folks can drop the link, unless you just don't want the Nap Fam in your Lagutta Gang Discord. I know that everyone's got their own communities. No tea, no shade. There it is. Thanks, Emily. April, Lagutta Gang. I don't even think I was there when you guys started calling each other Lagutta, but that is really just the community amongst Emily Hanhan, Audra at Home, and Kara C. So they do, what is it, Tuesdays that you guys usually do your like what's new in makeup, or Wednesdays? I can't remember. But at some point they called themselves Lagutta Gang. And I wasn't there that day, but I immediately was just like, well, that's cute. And they have a Discord where they all kind of mix it up throughout the week. We have one too for the Nap Fam, but I literally never mentioned it until maybe half an hour ago because I didn't want to be bothered. Just like, this looks complicated. But I will post a link to it on Patreon after this or something. And I think I'll probably keep it to the notification squad and Ride or Dies simply because for the people who are just the remonetizers, I don't think they necessarily care. I don't know. I'll think about that. I don't know if I want to exclude people necessarily, but I also don't know if like they necessarily are like that invested that they would even necessarily want the Discord. We'll see. Was that Keisha who originally came up with Lagutta Gang? Oh, that sucks, Mo. If your clients won't even do screens, that really limits your ability to earn. Exactly, Emily. Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like it's one thing if you want to throw me $1 for 1 month to be a remonetizer. Like you might not really be like about this community. I don't know, but like if you're a notification squad or higher, then like you are about this community. That's why I'm kind of like, maybe I won't necessarily make this available to everyone. Does it say that? That's so interesting because I mean, I know I set it up, but I've never like publicized it because I didn't understand how to use it at all. And by the way, you guys, if you've never heard of Discord, it's basically a message board. If you came in late, similar to like the chat rooms on AOL back in the day, it doesn't seem that hard to use, but it was/is primarily for gamer communities when they're like live playing with, I don't even know what you call that, when they're playing their video games with each other or whatever. And I just set it up because when I was joining Patreon, there's like most Patreon creators do this. And I was just like, well, then I guess I should do it. And then I was just like, what is this? And I just never promoted it. Yeah, exactly, Thorn. Discord, it's a huge group chat that is slightly organized. Gaming. Yeah, that would be a good name for it, Robin. Just gaming. When they're, playing the games. WoW guilds? I don't even know what that is. Oh, World of Warcraft. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about Twitch. I've had friends tell me that I should get on Twitch, and I'm like, but that's for gamers. But I think a lot of people who aren't gamers have been using it too. I don't know. I don't want to be on that many platforms either. Like, I don't feel the need to be like, and here's my Twitter, and here's my Instagram, and here's my Snapchat, and here's my TikTok. Like, I don't feel the need to do that. If you're interested in my shit, I am on YouTube. The end. Everyone has access to YouTube. You don't even need an account. You can just search my shit and find it. And that's one thing I like about it. But, you know, in terms of the other platforms, like I have Instagram just because, like, in case my YouTube ever gets deleted, because state content suppression is real right now, y'all. I at least want to have a way to communicate with you guys. And at least now I have that and Patreon too. So I have two backups in case my channel poofs someday, because that's a very real possibility. It's too many platforms, Christine. Thorn, I never joined Twitter. I was talking to my friend Angelo, and he's just like, I know you're not on Twitter anymore, but have you seen this? I was just like, Angelo, I'm not on there anymore. I never joined, as in never, ever. And his mind was blown. And I was just like, I don't understand why that's hard to believe. It just always seemed like a waste of time. 140 characters? Fuck out of here. A makers community. Okay. Twitter confuses you. Yeah, me too, because sometimes I need to go on Twitter just to screenshot things, because Twitter will have the ripple effect on just culture in general because of things people say or do, like people saying racist shit or whatever. And I sometimes have the hardest time even understanding like what's a tweet and what's a thread and what's a subtweet and what's a retweet. It's, I don't know. Twitface. Ugh. Exactly, Christine. There, I mean, it's notorious for having tons of white supremacists on there on Twitter. And that's why I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I need to expose myself to that willfully. I get, you know, enough racism on YouTube. I don't think I also need another platform to deal with that. Instagram, surprisingly enough, rarely do I get like anyone where I feel like I need to block them. And it's not like someone just calling me the N-word under a picture. Like that has, knock on wood, not happened. It's just people being annoying or dumb. Like I block people for being dumb with the quickness. Knitting Twitch streams? Wow. Okay, Lisa. No worries. Glad you could stop by. Oh, happy belated, Shanette. Yeah, Facebook's another one. I just never joined it. Twitter and Facebook just always, I was just like, and I think I signed up for Instagram shortly before they were bought by Facebook. If they had already purchased Instagram by the time I signed up, I might have never joined it. And I didn't even post for at least a year because I didn't even want Instagram. I just didn't want someone else to have my name. Because my YouTube channel was getting a little bit of momentum, and I was just like, okay, I've got like 5,000 subscribers now. If this ever turns into something and I want to use Instagram, I don't want to have to like be like nappy-headed jojoba 1. Like that sucks. Nappy-headed jojoba real. Fuck that. So I just grabbed it and then I just let it sit. And then I got my dog. And then I was just like, okay, I'm going to post just her. And I'm going to post just her. And I'm going to post just her. And it was really just Ray Ray pictures in the beginning. And then I started posting myself. And now I rarely post a dog because no one likes the Ray Ray photos anymore, which I think is rude. Bye, Lisa. The one and only truth. That's probably not too long. cool, Emily. I think I would actually watch that. Yeah, Mo. I did not because I've made a point to stay off of Facebook, and I was just like, oh great, now I'm still on Facebook now. Dope. I think depending on what circles you run in, it's for thoughts ramen. But I use Instagram at this point, and actually for quite a while now, to stay up with local community leaders where I live for like activism shit, as well as just like art that I like, whether it's makeup artistry, actual artists, and to keep up with my friends. So, I follow my friends obviously on Insta, but I think I am more of a lurker on Instagram than a poster. I posted a bunch last month because I was doing a slay a day in May. So I had to do a different look every day for that month. I did this to myself. No one made me do it. But I'm definitely much more of a lurker and a sharer, especially now, because sharing information, as I said in my last video, is one of our greatest weapons in this uprising. K-Vinyl 1. Thoughts and diet teas. See, like, that is the thing. Like, your feed is going to be so useful to probably create a psychological profile on you for these ad companies that Instagram and Facebook are in bed with, because they know how to market to you based on what you follow. So if you're following the Kardashians and whatnot, you're going to get a bunch of teamy detox. I shouldn't say teamy because they just sponsored a video of mine, but like the detox tea hose. Meanwhile, I don't think I've ever seen a detox tea ad, and I don't really see that much like thottery. Very rarely do I see thottery. And if I see thottery, I know her. I know that thought. That thought is my friend. But I don't see like random thoughts. Lavender Freddy on Instagram. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Beef for cheap. I know some thoughts. Thoughts are people too. Thorn, I'm going to have to find you on there. Ramen, I would die if you were actually like this whole time just like secret insta thought. The thought is me. uh, it is almost 6:30, so I'm probably gonna jump soon, you guys. It's time for a refill. But before that, I have to walk Ray because she has moved from the couch to her little bed down here. She's sending messages. And thought is a mood. I feel like, it's almost always used in a derogatory way, but sometimes thought is like a very empowering, sexually assertive kind of mood. Listen, Emily, my schedule really is run by Ray. And Ray is a morning person, so there are days where I'm not ready to get up. But she is, and I hear her little nails on the wood floors because we have all hard floors here, and I hear her pacing. And I'm like, all right. It's a Nicki Minaj mood. Oh, yes. She's a thought captain. Lisa. Oh, I can't wait till you get to see Matt. When are you going back to Maddie's house? That part, Tracy. That part. No worries, Ava. You're not going to miss much. I'm going to get out of here. You guys did revive me, though, for sure. Exactly, Erica. so glad. All right, you guys, I'm not going to see the chat now because I'm going to jump back to my actual broadcast window where it's still frozen on Emily saying, agreed, Christine, it's not UT. Don't let friendship sunk cost fallacy keep you in a shitty relationship. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit of extra time tonight. We did have technical difficulties. I don't know what it is, but YouTube doesn't want me talking for more than an hour. I'm telling you guys, I'm shadow banned. I love you guys. Thank you all for joining me. Shout out to Lagutta Gang. Shout out to my Nat fam. Shout out to all y'all. I love you guys. I gotta walk Ray. Never trust anyone with a Morphe code. And stay tuned for news on Black bookstores, Discord, and Google Hangout brunch. Bye.